Now, another important question that needs to be considered while you are hunting for industrial training is, and to be very candid about it, even I have received it a lot upon my profile since my selection, and that is doing articleship from any big 4 or big 8 is an essential for getting a good industrial training opportunity, or should you be a ranker in IPCC or CA intermediate, or you should just be someone who has cleared these exams in first attempt, only then would you be able to get into a good company for industrial training or not? See, to be very candid about it, it depends from company to company. There are a set of companies, definitely I won't be naming any, who do give a lot of preference to those people who are rank holders, who have done their articleship from good companies, and definitely they have cleared their IPCC or CA intermediate, as the case may be, in first attempt. But believe me, most of the companies have nothing to do with the number of attempts that you have taken for clearing IPCC, or from which company you've done your articleship, because the reason is very obvious. The kind of company, the kind of industry you will be getting into, you will be required to explore a new department, a new domain altogether. So the only thing that they will expect you is that you should have good knowledge about each and everything that you have elucidated upon your resume. Please be confident about everything that you have written upon your resume. You should be knowing it inside out, and in case you can project yourself as a suitable industrial training applicant, the interviewer will definitely give you a chance. Take these words of mine for sure. Now coming to the much awaited questions, that what are the type of questions that are asked in any industrial training interview, and I have also received a lot of such queries upon my LinkedIn profile. So let me tell you, brothers and sisters, that it totally depends upon the job profile that you are hunting. Like for example, if you're trying to get into some hardcore finance department, say financial planning and analysis or equity research, then it's very obvious that the questions will be based upon all the intricate topics of SFM, like forex, interest rate risk management, derivatives and bonds. I personally have a lot of bias towards derivatives, because to be honest, in all the 6 companies that I gave interviews and got selected, derivatives was a very important part of the discussion. Please be well aware of all the intricacies pertaining to that, the call and put option, moneyness, and ITM, ATM, OTM. Just be thorough with that. Okay. And for example, if you are applying for any accounting based profile, like the legal entity standard reporting profile of Credit Suisse, then in that sort of a situation, or basically any account based profile in general, like even the controllership profile, you will be required to focus more upon all the important Ind AS, like Ind AS 115 revenue recognition is generally asked. All the 3 Ind AS relating to financial instruments like 32, 109 and 107 are very important. Then the Ind AS relating to impairment assets, Ind AS 33 relating to EPS, 103 relating to business combination, 116 relating to lease accounting is very important, and Ind AS 38 relating to intangible assets, and Ind AS 110 relating to consolidation of financial instruments. Now these are certain Ind AS which I was asked in my industrial training interview, and as per my experience, I can definitely say that these are very important. So you can consider paying a little more importance to all the Ind AS and all the concepts of SFM that I have just now enunciated. And specifically, if you're trying for an industrial training exposure in any FMCG like HUL, ITC, Marico, please focus upon the important concepts of costing also, like standard costing, variance analysis, budgetary control and analysis, and the difference between marginal costing and absorption costing. These are certain topics which are generally tested in any industrial training, in any industrial training interview. One more question that I have been asked a lot since my selection is that what is my profile at HUL. So basically my profile at HUL is e-commerce sales and finance, which is a blend of accounts, finance and costing, and I would be getting a lot of hands-on exposure upon SAP also. So I'm just all excited about my new role. And finally, just take away a few last minute suggestions from me before we actually end this video. First of all, please don't make this mistake of getting into a department in which you don't want to make your career. Like, for example, you might get into a department of some company which is paying you good as of now, but after qualifying you CA, you don't want to make a career out of it. Like, for example, you might get into the internal audit department of a company as huge as Morgan Stanley, so definitely the pay would be more. But suppose you're a finance enthusiast, so I don't think getting into industrial training in the internal audit department would be a wise or prudent decision, even if it is in a company as huge as Morgan Stanley. Rather, you should focus upon getting into corporate finance department of any FMCG, or you can focus upon getting into some financial planning and analysis department or a treasury department. So just be mindful about the fact that okay, this is the kind of work that I'm planning to do in future also. Just don't do industrial training for the sake of doing it. You need to be a little bit aware of your future prospects also. This is my one suggestion. Apart from this, please inform your principal well in advance before taking a transfer from your articleship firm. Don't make it a bolt from the blue for your principal that sir or ma'am, I have got selected in this particular company, this is my offer letter, and from this date I want to transfer. Let me tell you, the most regretful moment of your life will be when you have the offer letter of a company as good as Nerolac, but your principal refuses to release you. Then another thing that I want to suggest you for getting into industrial training is, please polish your MS Office skills. Like, definitely you don't need to focus upon topics as intricate as VBA, but interviewer will definitely expect you to have a good idea of MS Excel and MS PowerPoint. So it's better that you should have a proficiency in that, a basic level proficiency only, not a very hi-fi or advanced level, because these are the certain things which you also learn on the job. But if you have a good idea well beforehand only, then definitely it will give you a good edge over your competitors. Then please bro, work upon your communication skills. The more you polish your communication skills, the more will be your chances of selection, because ultimately, even if you reply a few questions in a very very faulty manner also, but the interviewer is impressed by your communication skills, he may consider giving you a chance. Because be prudent, man. What is the interviewer looking for in a industrial training applicant? That is this the kind of person with whom I would love to work for 8 to 10 hours on a regular basis? Last suggestion that I would definitely want to give you all is that, suppose while giving an interview for industrial training you get stuck with a question, you're not very sure about it, instead of trying to make a fool of your interviewer, it is better to be honest and just accept that, sir or ma'am, right now I'm not very confident about this particular question, but I would love to explore this topic as and when I would be getting an opportunity. So these are certain things that I just wanted to discuss in this video. Definitely it has been a long video, I'm very sorry for that, but I wanted to make it as comprehensive as possible. And if still there are any questions, any queries which you definitely want me answer, you're always free to come and meet me upon LinkedIn. I would definitely request Lokesh sir to drop my LinkedIn profile in the description section, so that you can connect with me over there, and definitely I can guide you on a one-to-one basis. Okay, thank you and wish you all the very best for your industrial training pursuit. May all of you land up in all your dream companies. Okay, bye bye.